Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Bob a Trade Genius, 14th of August. And we had a pretty crazy day in the market. Of the S&P 500, only three stocks were higher. And so it was a 90% volume down day. And so probably, a washout here. We'll see how overnight goes. But here's the daily. And you could see the stochastics were diverging from price here, and then we got the big sell-off. The trend went red, and then we're in this kind of like chop now. The only thing that scares me is a little bit like 2008, where it just was up and down every day. So they get people leaning one way, and they get people leaning the other way, and then they just keep moving it back and forth, just like they did, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday. It's just crazy, and it's also OPEX week this week too, so there's probably a lot of the derivatives being washed out too. So we'll just have to wait and see. But right now, if you look at the climate is still on a sell, but the price action, I should say, but the trend is still positive. And we keep tagging this 2 standard and 3 standard deviation down. And really don't really get worried until this 3 standard deviation thing goes. This thing gets broken, and then the trend will start to change. So that's on the ES. If we kind of roll down a little bit here, and let's look at gold. Gold is a little bit opposite here. So we had the stochastics were bleeding off, but price stayed higher, and so everybody's saying, hey, this is probably a divergence, and then it turned right back up and it shot up here. Now we're hitting 2 standard deviation on the high side. You notice we had a bearing engulfing pattern yesterday that the market just didn't care about today, and so that's why we have kind of, I think some of this TA is going to go out the window here, because there's so much derivatives in the market that it just starts to screw these things up. But we're starting to press the edges here on gold, and there might be cause for another consolidation coming. And then we have taken a look here at copper. Copper's just been in a downtrend, and every time it popped up, it's just another excuse to sell it. And it's in I don't think it's good shape here. China lifted copper up so high that now we're just at a point now where it just has to wash out. And with China going into negative GDP, I just don't see how this thing's gonna recover anytime soon, unless Trump does some crazy infrastructure package. Here we're looking at the NASDAQ looks the same as SPY. Here's natural gas. I find it ironic, though, natural gas keeps kind of lifting on days that the market's down. Must be because of the way the derivatives play. They always try to push nat gas down. You notice they've been pushing it down here pretty hard, because as they produce oil, they're just getting natural gas, and it's just a byproduct, and they're just dumping it on the market. But we're coming close here to a turn in nat gas, so just something to keep an eye on here. That the turn may have already started, and look for maybe a change in direction here pretty soon. So, and then the Russell is looking pretty darn weak too, and it's weaker than everything else, and it's actually breaking down from what happened earlier, last week here, and it's testing the low. And the small cap kind of is an early warning system. So if it breaks the low here, then we might be in for a bigger correction here. And then flipping over here, let's go down to silver. If I can find it, there it is. Silver looks like gold, and it's even a better chart at a shorter consolidation, and it's ripping, but it's at 2 standard deviations now. And we'll just see how much the weakness is. It looks like people are rotating into into silver and gold to bail out of the market. And then there's two more I want to show you. One is forgot to earlier is here's oil. His oil's been drifting down too, and I know they tried to lift it pretty hard yesterday, and it gave most of it back, but it came back a little bit. But it's trying to push higher. And the thing is, what's most bearish here is if this thing rolls over without making a new high here at 60, then oil is going to go much lower. And that's my view. I think oil is going to roll over pretty hard. And then the last one I want to show you is the refi. This is just absolutely insane, is how much the 10-year has plummeted. Either people are racing to get the safest bond out there in the market, or they're all front running the Fed, and they may have gotten a little bit ahead of themselves, I don't know, but that is a massive move down in the 10 years. So if you're in a position to refinance your home, better get your paperwork in order here, because I think it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for you. I'll pull up some other stuff a little bit later, but it makes no point trying to look for some stocks here with everything pushing the edges here a little bit. So there's no stock sector that I'm excited about other than gold and silver miners, and we already have our positions there. And now more worried about taking profit when I can, but I'm pretty light as it stands, and then I'm just day trading right now because it's just not a time to get too committed to things. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later, and things change, I'll pop up some more reports. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.